Hi students, today let's try to understand how ATP is synthesized in chloroplast. To understand this mechanism, chemiosmotic hypothesis has been put forwarded. So make a note of this. Today we are going to discuss about chemiosmotic hypothesis. So this is one of the mechanism put forwarded to understand how ATP is synthesized. So when it comes to the chemiosmosis can be seen in mitochondria as well as chloroplast. Especially in mitochondria, respiration likely take place. Whereas in the chloroplast, photosynthesis take place. That means ATPs are synthesized by using the proton gradient across the membrane. Now let's see how this proton gradient developed in chloroplast as well as in the mitochondria with simple diagram. So when you look at the chloroplast, so this is the chloroplast cell organ and it has outer membrane and inner membrane, and it has the membrane bound structure, we call it as grana, and these grana are connected to each other with the help of stroma lamellae. Now inside this grana we have stack of thylakoids. Inside this grana what we have means a stack of thylakoids. So inside this thylakoid proton accumulation takes place. Inside this thylakoid proton accumulation takes place, and this causes the proton gradient. So where H plus ion more concentrated in the chloroplast means they are concentrated towards the inner membrane of thylakoid. They are concentrated in inner membrane of thylakoid. So what we call this inner membrane of thylakoid officially means lumen. We call it as lumen. Inside the lumen we have the high proton concentration, that is hydrogen ions. Next, when it comes to the mitochondria, inside the mitochondria chemiosmosis takes place. So mitochondria is a double membrane and it has cristae on its inner membrane. So this is the outer membrane and inner membrane. So the portion which is present between outer and inner membrane is known as the intermembrane space. Is known as what? Intermembrane space. Intermembrane space. So in mitochondria, proton accumulation takes place inside the intermembrane space. Where the H plus ions are concentrated in mitochondria means towards the intermembrane space. So this is the major difference of proton gradient in chloroplast as well as in the mitochondria. Remember that in chloroplast, proton gradient is made inside the thylakoid membrane, that is in the lumen, whereas in the mitochondria the proton concentration, the proton gradient is made in the intermembrane space. Okay. Now let's try to understand what causes this proton gradient across the membrane. Okay. Now we are going to discuss about what causes this proton gradient. We call it as proton, that is plus H plus gradient across membrane. So here we have the membrane. This is the membrane, right? These are all the membrane. Here also we have the membrane. Now we are going to understand what causes the proton gradient across the membrane. Okay. So to this we are going to take the help of one of the thylakoid membrane. So we are discussing about the photosynthesis, right? So in this topic we will take one thylakoid membrane and we are going to see what causes this proton gradient across the membrane. So we have to recollect what we have learned in the electron transport. We have saw the two photo system, that is photo system 2 followed by the photo system 1. Two photo system are connected to each other with the help of electron transport chain along with the cytochrome. And in the chemiosmotic hypothesis, we should have the membrane. What we should have means, we should have the membrane, and along with this membrane we should also have the proton pump. Okay, here we have the proton pump, we call it as proton pump. Here I am representing the membrane, this is the membrane, and we have the proton pump, proton pump. Next, membrane we have. So all cell organs are covered by the membrane, which is made up of phospholipids. So this thylakoid membrane also made up of phospholipid, and it has the proteins. So this protein is termed as photosystem 2. This is cytochrome B6F. Next, photosystem 1. And we have the proton pump. Next, proton gradient. We should also have the proton gradient that I am going to represent here in the presence of the electron transport, how proton gradient is going to take place. Next, we should have the ATP synthase. What a chemiosmotic hypothesis should have means, it should have the ATP synthase. So ATP synthase is made up of two parts, that is F0 and F1 particle. So F0 particle is located on the membrane, whereas F1 particle is protruded outside and it is towards the stroma. So now let's see, inside the chloroplast water is accumulated. The 2 in the lumen of thylakoid, water is accumulated. When the light falls on the photosystem 2, when light falls on the photosystem 2, especially it absorbs 680 nanometers of light and it splits the water molecule. It splits the water molecule. Let's take 2 water molecules are split. So when 2 water molecules are split at a time, we are going to obtain 4 H plus ion. How many H plus ion means 4 H plus ion. And how many electrons are being transported means 4 electrons have been transported. So these electrons are being lifted by the electron acceptor and they are passed on the basis of the redox potential scale. Next, oxygen is released. So how many oxygen is released from 2 water molecule means 1 oxygen molecule will be released. This oxygen will be transported away from the membrane. Clear? So here H plus concentration is increasing. When it comes to the electrons will be sent to the electron transport chain, which consists of a cytochrome. The cytochrome doesn't utilize the electrons, but it passes that electrons to photosystem 1, and again in the photosystem electron acceptor will take place, and this is passed to the NADP reductase. Finally, the electrons from photosystem 2 have been sent to which redox potential means it has been sent to the NADP reductase. So what is the function of this NADP reductase means this will reduce the NADP to NADPH plus H plus. So this is the energy rich molecule which is reduced and it has utilized the H plus ion which is present in the stroma. Clear? So NADP is oxidized but it is reduced and it has been combined with the H plus ion. So what is the advantage of cytochrome which is present here means it is going to act as a proton pump. It is going to act as what here? Proton pump. That means it is going to bring the H plus ions which are present in the stroma. So here the proton concentration increases. So when there is high proton concentration, definitely the molecules will tend movement of osmosis. That means from high concentration to low concentration. So where there is high concentration of H plus inside the lumen, okay, in the lumen we have high proton concentration. When it comes to the stroma, this hydrogen are being utilized by the means electrons have reduced the H plus ions and they have been converted into NADPH, and the proton pump, that is cytochrome, is bringing the H plus ion when it has made the electrons to pass through. So definitely the H plus ion concentration increases inside the lumen, and this creates the gradient and allows this H plus ions to slowly to facilitate diffusion. Here the facilitated diffusion takes place through transmembrane, which consists of ATP synthase. So ATP synthase is made up of F0 and F1 particle. F0 is going to act as a transmembrane which facilitates the H plus ions, and F1 particle can convert the ADP. So ADP means adenosine diphosphate, and when H plus ions are passed through this ATP synthase enzyme, when one ADP will be converted to ATP. ATP means adenosine triphosphate. So this is what we are going to observe in the chemiosmotic hypothesis. So how a cell is going to make ATP molecules means when H plus concentration increases, this increased H plus ions will move towards the concentration where there is less with the help of ATP synthase. And here F0 and F1 particles are present. F1 particle will be protruded towards the stroma, and when it comes to the NADP reductase, it is also outside the membrane, that is towards the stroma. So on the basis, on the stroma, ATP as well as NADPH molecules are made. These molecules are very helpful for fixing the carbon dioxide which is present in the stroma and converting this carbon dioxide into beautiful sugar molecule. We call it as glucose. So this is about the chemiosmotic hypothesis. So this is most important concept. This diagram is also very important. What are the components present in the chemiosmotic hypothesis means cell membrane, proton pump, proton gradient, and ATP synthase. These are the main ingredients of the chemiosmotic hypothesis. Thank you.